اشرح صدري بالذكر يا الله يسر أمري في كل ما
They are our presenter, which is NATRAH binti AZIZ, NURULHUSNINA binti RODZUAN, SITI SOLEHAH binti MOHAMMAD JAMIL, SYAFAWATI binti MOHAMMAD ALMI, LUQMANUL HAKIM bin dan AHMAD Fauzan bin Adnan. We will start our presentation with introduction, which is we will present about definition of planning and organizing, and then about literature review, which is planning including the goals, objective, strategies and plans. Also organizing including a structure and human resource management. Okay, next we will explain about finding from interview with Mr. Al-Hafiz bin Abdul Malik, who are a founder of AAM Global Enterprise. Okay, and then next we will explain about comparison between literature review with and finding from interview, and then conclusion. What is the planning? Okay, according to Stephen and Mary 2018, they say planning is a one-off management function that involves setting goals, establish strategy for achieve those goals, and develop plans to integrate and coordinate work activities. Okay, planning is a practice which is prevalent since the era of Prophet Muhammad SAW, while preaching the faith of Islam to the world. Next, what is the organizing? Okay, organizing is the process determining what needs to be done, how it will be done, and who is to do it. Okay, many organizing process nowadays follow the type of organizational structure which existed during the time of Prophet Muhammad SAW, such as the incident of Hijrah from Mecca to Medina, led by the Prophet Muhammad SAW.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is NATRAH binti A.AZIZ. My matric number 1191352. Now it's my turn to present. So I would like to present about goals in planning function of management. Okay, goals. Goals and plans have become general concepts in an organization due to planning is based on goals. According to Kamaluddin, a goal refers to a desired future state that organization attempts to realize. Goals are important because organizations exist for purpose, and goals define and state that purpose. Kamaluddin also stated that there are two types in setting of goal that the organization will focus before starting its planning process. Those are vision and mission. According to Khalid and Fontaine, vision statement relatively brief of what an organization desires to attain in the future. A vision has to be clear to enable the organization to determine its mission. Then, mission statement is a corporate vision presented into written form. Mission and vision both relate each other, where the mission statement describes the vision of the company. Besides, there are three levels of goals in an organization. Those are strategic goals, tactical goals, and operational goals. Strategic goals based on goals or target outcomes set by top-level management. Then, tactical goals. It refers to outcomes set by middle-level management for specific departments or units. Lastly, operational goals. This level is defined as goals or target outcomes set by lower-level management. Next, strategy. Strategy in the organization very important to achieve objective in satisfying the needs of the customer. Strategies need implementation mechanisms and action plans that represent key resources for economic development materials, manpower, management, markets, and money. Strategy can be successful with design the following ways, such as simple, coherent, the knowledge of the competitive environment, objective evaluation of the resources, and effective implementation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is SYAFAWATI binti Mama ALMI and my matric number 1191412. In addition, planning triggers an analytical process such as setting goals, drawing up plans and programs, and establishing policies for the optimal use of accessible human and material resources. In Islamic perspective, the objectives remain the same, but with addition of seeking Allah's pleasure in Surah Al-Anfal, but they plan and Allah plans, and Allah is the best of planners. Planning provides a proper guidance to an organization on how to bring certainty in future events for the achievement of organizational goals. In planning, objectives must be time limited. There should be a defined duration of time within which a goal must be accomplished. Next, planning is very important, especially when something unexpected happens. So, when unexpected event happen, planning is called as contingency planning. A contingency plan is something referred to as Plan B because it can be also used as an alternative for action if expected result fail to materialize. It's also a course of action designed to help an organization respond effectively to a significant future event or situation that may or may not happen. I will continue the literature review, which is organizing. Organizing is a management function that involves the process of developing an organizational structure and allocating human resources in terms of accomplishing specific goals. And also, organizing involves identification of the activity, plan, and procedure. Therefore, the elements should have in the organization are dividing tasks, grouping job, and employee, which consists of departmentalization and assigning authority and responsibility. According to Chester Bernard, 1886 until 1961, organizing is a function by which concern can define the role position, the job relate, and the coordination between authority and responsibility. Hence, a manager always must organize in order to get results. In organizing, it is important to scan and combine the organizational resources into a workable plan. Therefore, the organizing function is important in order to respond to the demands of the external environment. And therefore, during the organizing process, managers should coordinate employees to facilitate and execute the goal identified in the plan efficiently and effectively.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Fauzan bin Adnan. Metric number is 1192678. Inshallah, today I will continue the presentation about the findings from our interview. An-Nafis Global Enterprise is a business company that specializes in construction, mainly houses, bungalows, and buildings. It is a Muslim-owned company which practices Sharia law strictly. This is crucial in Islamic perspective because Muslim seeks Allah's pleasure and not just profit. Because if we gain a lot of profit, but in the end, we don't get the pleasure from Allah and it's not good. So they have followed the guidelines set by the Islamic Sharia office, which do not do the riba and illegal activities that enraged by Allah. Allah said in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تأكلوا الربا أضعافا مضاعفة واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون صدق الله العظيم. It means, O believers, do not consume interest, multiplying it many times over, and be mindful of Allah so you may prosper. This just shows how Islam highlight the riba in business, which is very prohibited. Next, Mr. Al-Hafiz, which is the founder of An-Nafis Global Enterprise, also mentions that plans made for designing new construction are based on design plans construction of houses by applying a theme or Islamic concept. Because in Islam, privacy is a very important thing. And Mr. Al-Hafiz also stated that in every house or bungalows that they have built, the design must be, for example, the room must not be visible from the living room. And this company operates mostly in the private sector, as well as collaborate with contractors from abroad. And this is his strategy in order to develop his company globally, because he also done a few collaboration with contractors from abroad to bring the IBS technology into Malaysia. IBS is the advanced technology in building home. Next, Nafis House implemented contingency plans in their company in case of lack of projects. Yes, contingency plans, as mentioned before, acts as a plan B for every company, and every company must have contingency plan in order to back up their business. Nafis House Company makes sure that all projects are done according to the plans and not going over their budget. Next, they are able to sustain the company's expenses for a period of 1 year with the savings made. As we all know, pandemic happened in the year of 2020, and it has affected almost most of the business. An-Nafis Global Enterprise were able to sustain their business with their savings. And finally, their company can provide salaries to employees and at the same time can reduce the risk of losing employees and others. A new worker means new budget. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is NURULHUSNINA binti RODZUAN, metric number 11911377. Okay, now I will continue the part of Fauzan just now. Organizational structure. Organizational structure is the set of responsibility and relations that determine the function of each unit. The organizations created the structures to coordinate the activities of work factors and control the member performance. Based on what we have get from the interview, Nafis House Company has applied the organizational chart in a corporate standard for their company. In the Nafis House Company also have the variety of departments according to the job specification, and every department will have their own leaders to guide and lead the employee. The important in manage the step towards goals. It consists of designing and organizing according to employee skill, which is delegation of authority. Clarification of authority helps in bringing the efficiency in the organization. According to the interview, Nafis House Company find the employees based on the skill required by the company. The Nafis House companies also very concerned about the feedback that given by their customers to produce a house. The company needs to understand the factors that influence the performance of their workers, so they can improve and do the best to help their workers and to achieve their goals.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is LUQMANUL Hakim, and I will present about comparison between literature review and finding from the interview. First, we looking at the result from the interview. Plan for designing new construction are based on design plan for the construction of house by applying a theme or concept of Islamic. Similarly, all plan arise from object provide the basic guideline from planning activity. Next, Mr. Al-Hafiz also state that he planned to expand his company globally through cooperation with private company and international contractor. Frankly, the planning means peeping into future, analyzing it and preparing for it. As stated by Ahmad K. Fontaine, a vision statement is relatively brief of what an organization desires to attain in future. Then, a vision has to be clear to enable the organization to determine its mission. Meanwhile, a mission statement is a corporate vision present into written form. Mission and vision both relate to each other. For example, Nafis House vision statement is be a professional, systematic, competitive contractor and follow industrial one to according with current use of technology in the construction industry. Its mission is to becoming a reliable contractor and a simple contributor between customer and contractor, prioritizing honestly the best quality according to the modern design of the house, and last is to achieve the highest customer satisfaction target. There is a similarity in J.R. Sommer article stating that contingency planning is a plan designed to take a possible future event or circumstance into account. It also a course of action designed to help an organization respond effectively to a significant future event or situation that may or may not happen. This consider with what is implemented by Nafis House Company, which plan to make a saving for a period of 1 year. Because we do not know when and what unwanted thing will happen in the future. There is a statement quote in J.R. Sommer article that reads organizations that do not make a contingency plan often do poorly when setback happen. Just as stated by Al-Hafiz bin Abdul Malik, who is the manager of Nafis House, that is, if something undesirable happen, then it will affect companies such as loss of worker, bankrupt, many corruption, interruption and other. To prevent this from happening, as mentioned earlier, the preparation of company manager Nafis House to deal with unwanted things is that company provide a solid saving to cover the economy of this company. Finding from interview organizing. Furthermore, to get the actual goal organized must be provided according to the plan. In addition, Henry Fair, the specialization of the workforce according to the skill of person, creating specific personnel and professional development within the labor force, and therefore increasing productivity lead to specialization with increase the efficiency of labor. This principle is applicable to both technique as well as managerial work. Therefore, with the division of responsibility on the ability of individual is able to produce a better quality of work. Stated by Mr. Al-Hafiz that his company will fill the vacancy based on the skill post. That's all for me. Thank you.
The conclusion, two of management functions, which are planning and organizing, are very important in management. Islamic practice of planning and organizing theory by following all the teach of the Holy Quran and the thought of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Those who always cling to the two main sources of Islam will never go astray. The Prophet SAW said, "I have left behind me two things. If you cling to them, you will never go astray." They are the Holy Quran and my Sunnah. Lastly, to get mardatillah, which our long-term goals as a Khalifa, we must follow all that is commanded and forsake all that is forbidden by our Creator Allah Subhanahu wa Taala in every action, including in planning and organizing. That's all for us. Thank you.